watching me TV.
About Ray Lewis not being here. I was talking to him about
Jukeboxx! Alright, we here with my man Jrock and Eric from Philly Chronicles Tees. Jrock, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, right now I got a clothing line, as you can see, Addicted to Success. My man Eric from Philly Chronicles, he do it. It's my screen. It's just a little movement that I put together to get me out the streets. Like, you know what I mean? I'm 33. You know what I mean? I got a family, kids, all that. And you know, I was always interested in like fashion and design and things like that. And I draw, so here and there I sit down, sketch some things, and then try to bring to life. One day I came up, hollered at E, we sat down at the computer, and then what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
He changed the fonts, put it together, and it came out like this. And right now I'm getting a little bit of buzz. It ain't much, but I'm getting different people reaching out, like, oh, you want to do this? What you think about doing this? And things like that. As far as success, I don't think I'm successful. I think I'm taking baby steps, you know what I'm saying, as far as like the lower stuff. Like, I just did a fashion shoot with Addicted to Success in Beautiful Hustle yesterday. And the girl that normally she buy like sweatshirts and things off me for her and her daughter and her girl, whatever her name is, at Love Crushes on Instagram. They model, Babe magazine, things like that. And she brought me in. And you know, that's my design as far as my screen print and everything. And we here. Now we just trying to build and keep reconstructing and keep redesigning things like that.
Yeah, keep it moving.
So what's your definition of being an entrepreneur?
My definition.
And do you consider yourself an entrepreneur at this stage?
At this stage, yeah. Because I pretty much make my own rules. It ain't about me making my own rules. It's about me being able to do what I want to do, something that I love to do, and not having a person over my shoulder making me do something that I don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different between you being able to get a phone call and somebody say, oh, let me get a shirt, or let me get 2 shirts, or let me get this, opposed to you working for somebody. Not saying that it's bad to do that, but like we was talking about the other day, the government set up so crazy that it's like you almost gotta do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? They just shut down, what, 2 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. No EBT cards, none of that. And then people were scrambling, like, then they cut them back on. So now it's like, when do it come to grips with, you know what I mean, reality that shit don't, excuse my lady, that don't work for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So
everybody back in the same situation again, wondering when the next time they're gonna get cut off.
Right. And do you consider yourself an entrepreneur? What do you think about entrepreneur?
Not really, because I don't sell my own merchandise. I'm basically a service. You know what I mean? People come to me to get stuff printed on the artwork, and I just provide the service. So not really an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? But I'm just here for the entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Like Jrock, he's not making himself seem as much as what he really is, because I know he come to me to get a lot of stuff printed, and he might not see what I see in it. You know what I mean? And I can tell if somebody is really successful by how often they come back to get stuff printed. If you keep constantly coming back to get stuff printed, then that means you're successful. You know
right.
You are successful. So you might not, what it is you probably just not where you expect it to be right now. You know what I mean? But it'll come.
Right.
It'll come. Well, and being successful don't always mean that you're there.
And I just about to ask, what's your definition of successful and what's your definition of successful?
Well, since he's talking, I guess he'll give you the definition first.
Yeah, my definition of successful is doing what you want to do and being progressive with it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, Bill Gates is still doing stuff. You know what I mean? Even though if you look at him financially, we wish we could get where he's at. Everybody in the world wish they could get where he's at. But he don't see himself as being where he wants to be. You know what I mean? So he's successful even though he wants more. And it's the same thing with us. We making progress doing what we do. So that, to me, that's being successful.
and something we do that, you know, is like, is a love and a passion for. My definition of success would be, I would piggyback over what he said, like just to take Bill Gates into like, you know, consideration. We would consider him rich, wealthy, successful, but like you said, he's still doing stuff because he's not comfortable in the state that he's at. My definition of success would be being comfortable with yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're comfortable with who you are, what you're doing, you're happy, your family good, you're healthy, and things like that, that could be your definition of success. You know what I mean? Some people's definition of success is money everywhere, wealth, but at the end of the day, are you happy?
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like, addicted to success in my mind is you being able to be happy in your skin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This cater to whoever. It cater to the drug dealers, it cater to the people in the corporate world, it caters to black, white, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, it's a hood brand, but I'm not pretty much, as we talked about before, you know what I mean, catering to the hood with like, not the people that got hood brands and things like that, but sometimes you gotta think outside the box. You gotta come outside the box.
So what do you have to say, because I heard you say, you know, you was once in the street, stuff like that, so what do you have to say to the people who did it once illegally, who now trying to commute like you into something positive and something, the legal way to get money? Do you think that it's harder to do legal and still pay off, or do you think that like the illegal money is is easier?
In my book, from my personal experiences, like I had my runs, you know what I mean? I'm quite sure we all have, you know what I mean? My big dog is so he might not want me to put it out there, but we live in an area in the hood where though we surrounded by what we see. So at the end of the day, what we see is what we get. But I do believe it's harder to survive in the streets than it is with a 9-to-5. Like it probably would balance out not about 60-40 harder in the streets, because you got to deal with going to jail, throwing rocks at a penitentiary, dudes hating on you, somebody wanting to kill you, somebody selling you BS stuff. You know what I mean? With a 9-to-5, only thing you got to do is listen to what your supervisor say and get your paycheck. And you know what you're going to make every week or every 2 weeks, however it is you get paid. But in the streets, nothing stays consistent. I mean, maybe in the 80s and 90s when they was really getting money. If you're getting money now from back then, I applaud you. But now, trying to hustle, it's not worth it.
Right.
When you go to jail, you start with a $3,000, you know what I'm saying, just to retain a lawyer. You know what I mean? Drug cases harder to beat than a homicide. You know what I'm saying? So, in my book, it took for me, I'm 33, it took for me last summer to like actually say, you know what, man, you got a family. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do if they book you and you gotta explain to your son and your daughters that, you know, you caught up for the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying? My son's 7, my daughter's 11. You know what I'm saying? I can't be in a predicament where as though I take from them. You know what I mean? I was being selfish years ago, getting locked up and things like that, and being out their life, and they not really knowing what's going on, but they of age to know what's going on. So it's like, I just took a step back, I mean, started brainstorming, came up my man's spot, we sat down and did this. And
you said, so you really hit the nail on the head too when you said, you know, taking from them, you know, your seeds, because if you're not providing for them, then you're actually taking from them. You know what I mean? If you wind up in a penitentiary, either you're in a state where you don't have a choice but to neglect them, or you're taking them to penitentiary with you if they're staying in contact with you.
And financially, you know what I'm saying, if you wasn't doing what you were supposed to do in the streets to make sure you don't reach out saying, can I, you know what I mean, you still taking, because this dude's in jail right now that was so much this, so much that, and get locked up and you calling home asking for money and things like that. That's why I say the game is so much harder, because everybody want to be a star in the game, but you can't really be a star in the game because there's nothing that's going to come out of it good except dead or jail. And I have my share of, you know, getting shot and things like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that ain't a good feeling, man. That ain't a good feeling when the doctor telling you you might made or may not have made it, and I don't want to go through that.
Right.
So right now, like, my state of mind is to do what I got to do and take this to whatever level I can take it to.
Right.
You know what I mean? What I put in is what I'm going to get out. Same way in the streets. I apply my street mentality to this, and you know, it'll work. You know what I'm saying?
Jukeboxx! This for all y'all out there who just trying to make a way and live your dream. All I see is the lights, the cameras, the action. That's what comes with the life, a luxury and fashion. But first it's the road to success. We shine, the next exit is Hollywood due to us grinding. No wristwatch, just a rubber band, moving with a hustler's mindset. And most don't understand, made it from Harriet Tubman. That's underground, straight out of the basement to those radio stations. Went from sleeping on a mattress with my sister to street famous. Damn near worldwide now, what's up Joel, we made it. Damn near made my grandma cry. Looked in my auntie eyes and said it's my time. Your boy did. Road to success. For everybody out there living in poverty, listen. Nothing in the fridge but scum, I need to clean that shit. I say that like every day, but I never do. Well, let me get on my way. I need a job ASAP, cause bills gotta be paid. I would rob Chucky for his cheese. This not an arcade, we from the hard parts where most don't got it made. It's so bad around here, selling drugs is okay. Young is only 13, got bodies in there, yeah. A little nigga with no feelings. Role model was Kane, the white and old dog best friend, and he wasn't even thought of when the movie was made. But hard living ain't got no age, and growling stomachs ain't got no names, and catch with beef ain't got no aim, especially when cops trying to lock them away. And this the cause of poverty. And this is on a good day. People who bought out their cribs, sent to the boondocks, mortgage now sky high, and auctioned off to the white guy. Tired of being broke shit, but this the way we live. I know, hope, all there is in the ghetto, a product of my environment. We still in the ghetto, kill in the ghetto, it's real in the ghetto. I ain't got no hope. All there is the ghetto, product of my environment. We still in the ghetto, kill in the ghetto, it's real in the ghetto. Every day, somebody's sister having more kids, it's crazy. She still a kid herself, no job, and she lazy. So welfare for her baby, plus the father locked up. He was an old head, fucking his young jaw. Fast. Had a little ass and around town she was getting past. Tricks off the kids, but you can't tell a hook of that. Prostitution nowadays